I'm Lisa from Small Kids Big God. Today I just wanted to do a little chat and kind of let you know how our homeschool has been going this year. It's been almost a semester since I talked about homeschooling, and I really want to talk about how it's been going having an active toddler with us this year. So in some of my earlier videos, I mentioned that I thought the biggest challenge for our homeschool this year would be my toddler, because he's really active and just likes to climb and doesn't sit well. And a lot of the suggestions that I've seen for other toddlers that worked for my daughter when she was a toddler don't work for him. So let me just share how that's been going and give you at least some encouragement, maybe not necessarily advice, but just kind of let you know how it's been going for us. So one thing that we did this year that has actually been working really well is we made basically a homeschool room slash playroom. Last year we didn't have a room for school, and we did a lot of it at the kitchen table or on the couch. And even though I liked that idea, my littlest one, he's just turned 2, so now he was 1 last year, he would just disappear, and then I had to leave at least to go check on him and see what he was doing. So that kept interrupting my time helping the kids with school. He wouldn't sit at the kitchen table like my daughter. If you gave him a snack, he wouldn't stay very long. He'd either like eat it really fast or just like dump it on the floor. If you gave him something to color on, same thing. Like, I mean, we're talking like 15 seconds of coloring is what I was getting from him. He wants to go, he wants to move. So having him run all over the house was not working. So this year we basically turned what's called our game room. We've turned it into a homeschool room slash playroom. And so I actually did a tour, but I haven't posted it yet. I filmed a tour, but I have to do a voiceover because it was too loud in my house to actually talk. So if I ever get that up, you'll get to see my game room, homeschool room slash playroom. And so we've got some desks in there, we've got our homeschool material, and then I've got a huge closet full of toys that is off limits, but I can get them out as he wants them. And then there's also like a toy box with toys and a play kitchen in there and stuff that he can play with. This setup is working really well for all my kids. I have a 2nd grader, kindergartner, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And so we're kind of like 2 in school, 2 not in school. And it's a really good setup. The school age kids are able to like play during breaks, but still be pulled back so that they're not so far away that I can't just like grab them back to do the next thing. My little kids can play, or if they want to be with us, they can be with us too. So this setup is definitely helpful, and it keeps my active toddler like always within my sight. So that's been a really good thing. The downside of having him always with us is that he's often loud and can be disruptive. And I almost hate to say that because he's just being a normal toddler, but but it disrupts our school. So he will climb on the desks or like pull down stuff I've put on the walls, or like he was going through our cabinets and then I put locks on them, and that helped putting locks on them. What else does he do? He'll like drum, like pull out some random toys and just like bang and be really loud, just because that's fun to him. And so it's a challenge trying to kind of like balance being able to reasonably focus on school and still like letting our toddler be a part of things, because that's important to us. So so basically what I want to share is our days don't look, I guess, like ideal or perfect or like at all like Pinterest worthy, or maybe what you would even think like is necessary for a homeschool. Like our school days are loud. There's noise all the time. So even when I'm reading aloud, when I'd really like everybody to be totally quiet so they can hear me, it's not. And I just read anyway. And we'll be doing Bible time, which is my favorite time and like the most important time according to me. And it'll be loud. And sometimes I just like continue and talk over, like if it's my toddler, I try to get him to be quiet, but if he won't, then sometimes I just have to talk over him. And we just carry on, and it kind of works. And my kids are actually like developing more patience. I mean, they have over time with each additional sibling, right? They're developing more patience because there's less quiet and they just need to be more gracious to their siblings. So that's always a plus. So it's generally loud. It can't always be organized. I have to take a lot of breaks, which is kind of good because we try to do the Charlotte Mason method, which encourages short lessons, like no more than 10 or 15 minutes for this age. And it helps me to take breaks when I'd just rather just like keep going. Because the kids do really thrive with those breaks. So having little kids to always remind me that we need to take a break soon is helpful. But sometimes it just comes at really frustrating times. You know, if I'm about to share like the most important thing of the lesson that I've just built up and I finally got everybody listening, and then, you know, my toddler like urgently needs a diaper change or something like that, then we break and we come back. So it's really helped. Two things I think are the keys to being successful and not crazy at the end of the day. So these are my two like secrets to successful homeschool with an active toddler. The first one is to be flexible. I need to have a plan and I need to be prepared for school, but I also need to be flexible and just recognize that this is all fluid. I'm going to run with it. These are people. Like, it's not like things I can make work like mechanics or something. These are for people who I'm trying to disciple and help grow. And so I need to be flexible. Like, maybe it's not them, maybe it's more me. They don't need to fit in my schedule. I need to flow with them. And that doesn't mean I don't discipline or whatever. It just means I need to have realistic expectations and be flexible. These kids are little, and this is more about life and discipleship and character training than it is like getting certain things done at a certain time. And then the second thing is probably the most important key for me in a successful homeschool day, which is my attitude. Like 90% of our homeschool is my attitude, I've learned. So if I have a patient and gracious and flexible and joyful attitude, most likely the kids will follow suit. Not always. We still have bad attitudes, but my attitude is so crucial. And if I have a bad attitude, like, there's almost no chance the school day is going to go well. And so I just ask the Lord to help me to have a good attitude, to be patient. And my patience has grown, like, even in just this semester. Like, obviously it's grown like a ton, going from having 0 children to 4. But I mean, God's continuing to work on my patience and my graciousness and all that kind of stuff. But my attitude is so key. So where do I get my good attitude is from the Lord and from practice. But generally, our school is working. Like, we're finding a way. Like, my kids are getting schoolwork done. They're learning and growing, and we still love each other, and we're able to do it in a reasonable amount of time. And my toddler is not neglected. He gets to be with us, and he gets to do fun things too. And everybody has to give a little, but everybody gets a lot back. And I really want our school to more model like a discipleship life, like we're just doing life together. And yeah, we're learning academic subjects, but we're trying to follow Jesus together. And so I think that is what it looks like. Like, it's messy. You know what I mean? We have dirty diapers. We have spilled coffee. Most frequently, honestly, is what's most frequently spilled. We have lessons that have to get pushed off to another day. We have tantrums. We have breaks. We come back together. And so it works. And I think the reason I really feel compelled to share this is just like, you might look at my videos or other people's videos, or just think of homeschooling in your head and think it has to look a certain way. And, you know, think, I can't do that. I have a newborn. I can't do that. I have a toddler, or my kid's crazy. He's just like running around everywhere. It doesn't have to look, you know, beautiful to be effective, to be pleasing to God, to be useful and worth doing. I would love to invite you to come and sit on our couch and watch the chaos of our school. I don't think I'm going to vlog a day because it's different putting our tantrums out there for like everybody in the world potentially to see than to invite, you know, a friend and have you sit on my couch. But if you did come and, you know, if you were a fly on the wall in our homeschool room, you would see it's not perfect. And you might think it's kind of crazy, but it's it still works. And we all still like doing school together. We still like each other. And we are, my kids are learning, like we're making progress, and we're making good progress. And even with an active toddler. So I don't have like a lot of good advice to share. The things like the busy bags that typically they recommend for toddlers, or spending time with the toddler before you start your school day, like all those little recommended things you'll find elsewhere on the internet, like most of those don't work for me and my toddler. So sometimes I just pick him up. Sometimes I give him another toy, and then he'll just dump it out and make a mess. Or he's starting to play by himself for like a few minutes of time, which is useful. I think it's just kind of like including him and carrying on and knowing that he'll grow in time. I did come up with an idea earlier today that we can't do right now because it's cold outside, but maybe when it gets warm again, I'll try to do some school outside and let him play in the yard and see if I can still get my older kids to focus while he gets to like run around and get his energy out. So that's an idea I might try. But if you do have an active toddler or an active older kid, or just like some other general challenges, like don't give up. I'm there with you, and our school is not perfect either. So I do want to say before I end this video, if you guys have anything you want me to do a video about or talk about, let me know. I have a whole list of stuff that I haven't gotten to yet that I want a video, but if you can think of something, feel free to let me know. I'm not making money doing this. I don't have enough views. I'm not like trying to be like a big YouTuber. I just wanted to share a little bit of our life, or some things that I've learned in case it's helpful to others. So if you have something, let me know and I will try and do a video on that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time. Thanks.